Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Morning, Helen. How's everybody doing this morning? I personally am kind of sleepy this morning, not gonna lie. What's up, Snacks? Boba, what up? Yeah, so Noah has decided to start kicking the wall that's like actually connected right behind our bed. So he kicks it right behind where we sleep, which is fantastic for sleeping. Broda, what up? Good morning. You guys excited for another wonderful day of the market? I know I'm not, but we're gonna get through it. James, hey buddy, how's it going? All right, let's see what we got going on. We have a sizzling 37% runner. Absolutely sizzling. And that is what the chart looks like. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. BRQS, you said possible shorts. Yep. So is that just following the penny theme? Like the little under 20-cent pennies run into 30? Yeah, I don't see news. Ribbit. It's like a ribbit. Rice brand. Let's see. Yeah, RIBT just had news. Rice brand technologies expands grain. So that might be good for the food theme. The, the wheat, agri, all that type news. Let's look at overall market this morning. I think SPY is down. Yeah, SPY is down this morning. It closed very high though, so I expected it to be down. Oh, crude. Crude be bussin'. Let's look. Crude be bussin'. You're right. 83. So does that mean Indo? Yep, Indo's gapping up a little. It's so thin now that, I mean, you're not getting much volume. It is up, but I'm sure Q's is up too. Not really. 1%. So not huge, but oil is going up, as you see here. I watch USO. Boba, you mentioned it was 115.5. That's CL. That's crude futures. This is going to be 83 or 82.91 on USO. What else we got? NMCI. Oh, dyslexic. And CMI. Man, beautiful, beautiful charts this morning, everyone. Absolutely beautiful. Picture perfect beauty, you know. But it's okay. Let's look at BXRX. That looks like it's the biggest gap down. Any bad news there? Had an offering yesterday at 7 p.m. That's cool. Wait till everybody's done for the day. Go ahead and log off, and then let's just drop an offering on them. Sounds cool to me. So that's the biggest loser. Target looks horrendous. Target bad earnings as well, I'm guessing. Misses by 87 cents per share. Beats on revenue. Okay, so yeah, 0.87 per share worse than the consensus. Revenues were up though, but the earnings per share were not as good as expected. I mean, and they're still making $24.83 billion in a quarter. So, I mean, sounds like they're doing okay overall. But it's just worse than expected. That's why it's down. So, down 25%. Holy. We were up here, now we're down to like right here. That sucks. Sorry, Target. Let's flip through. I would live stream a trade MP, but I've not been trading too many pre-market trades. As you see, there's like zero action right now. So Walmart and Target, yeah. So we were talking about that yesterday with they're moving up the interest rates. They want people to spend less money basically. So that affects retail for sure. I gotta shut the door. Hold on 1 second. Another off the topic, I guess, thing, but going back to talking about Noah, he decided yesterday that he just wants to stand up on his own now. So he went from crawling and could barely do anything, and now he can just grab onto something and stand straight up. So that's cool. He'll be walking before we know it. So Indo is getting a little volume here on the USO, up 2%. Let's see. Yeah, Bobo won't be long, and he'll just be walking around. Yesterday, yeah, we have a couch in the playroom, like a smaller couch. Put his hands up on it, and it's like, whoop, here we go. Let's just stand up. All of a sudden, out of nowhere. Thanks everybody for being in here this morning. I know it's only 8:11, but we got like 24, 25 people. Not a whole lot happening, but we can talk and go over whatever you guys want. Oil's looking like the big mover at the moment. Wheat is down. SPY's down. SPY might have some support at 404. We'll see. Yeah, Tanner, you're right. When he was crawling, he was doing the army crawl for the longest time, and then out of nowhere, he just decides to get up on all fours. So it's fast. Hey, Jesus, what's up, man? Good morning. Yep. Remember when things ran 20%? That was fantastic. Like intraday, not just a algo tap up 50% and then trade sideways the rest of the day. So Agri, I think, is day 3 today on a 3 bar, but wheat's down. So yeah, this is a pretty decent. Was this a 100% move? 150? No, not quite. So it didn't have the 100% move the first time, but it was pretty good. It closed at 160, ran to 280. So I mean that's probably the best we can get right now. So 50 SMA resistance, 3 is going to be psychological resistance, and then above that, yeah, 3 is going to be big. 3 is going to be real big. So I expect to fight at 3, and then over that, there's a lot of potential bag holders between 3 and 350. So we'll see. All depends on wheat. DPSI's got a beautiful daily, huh? Holy. So it looks like a little spike there, and then that was it. So Indo all the way back down to 1720 now. Literally tapped 18 all the way back down. What do we got? Large cap world today. Volume leader. Invader Zim. So that's a shipping company. So it's up 5%. That's what I got on my volume leaders this morning. The biggest large cap gainer, though, is MX. And it's up 13%. I don't even know if that's a large cap. I've got my parameters just set for anything basically over 15 now as a large cap because of how everything's faded back off. Well, the last thing to hit the scanner was at 809. So that shows you how slow it is so far. But it could pick up. I don't follow the economic releases very closely because that never really affected me before now. But anything this morning that's due, that could potentially ruin the whole day or make the day better. So, what was it? Not today, bro. Okay, sweet. No one talking today at like 10:35 a.m. That's going to halt the market down. GNUS. $400K volume spike there on GNUS. I don't see news. Double check. That had news yesterday at 7 a.m. earnings. Not entirely sure what that is. I'm seeing on Benzinga. Okay, take this with as much a grain of salt as you can. It says Benzinga exclusive. Genius Brands Entertainment signs 20-year deal with Disney Marvel Studios to license name, likeness of Stan Lee for future feature films, TV productions, Disney theme parks, experiences. No terms disclosed. The old BZ special. So basically, if I can't find it on the news feed, if I can't find it on my news scanner, I just go to TweetDeck and look up the ticker, GNUS, and something will be there if it's moving. Either somebody has alerted it, somebody said this is the next best stock ever, or you got the BZ special. So, what's up, Steven? Good morning. Just saw Unusual Wells tweeted out that DWOX web app launches. No action, really. But this thing has been on a steady climb. We were watching this the other day at like 40. Now it's at 46. I think the worse that the Twitter situation gets, the better for DWOC. $20-year deal with Marvel Studios. Yeah, I see Benzinga posting it a lot now. Maybe something will come out at 8:30. BRQS, yes. I did not see news on it, and I feel like that it is just one that is running. It is running just because it's a penny. So yeah, it looks like yesterday 17 million volume, little green candle. Today it's up 35% in pre-market. Yeah, Agri does have the 3 bar today. We were talking about that a second ago. Yeah, it's getting a little volume now. So wheat, did that go back up? Or Agri is doing its own thing. So wheat, yeah, look at this. It's very important to watch the correlating stocks together. I know wheat's not a stock, but a fund. I mean, as this starts to trend back up, so does Agri. If it starts to trend down, so does Agri. For the most part. Sometimes there's a delayed move. Like wheat will blow the top off, Agri's not moving, then it'll blow the top off. That's just how it is. What's up, Berkey? Yeah, BBIG has been moving lately. It's up 3% today. Yeah, Vario's getting annoying. It's a chop fest, and then it rips, and then it dies after it breaks out. Yeah, EOSC was a runner from yesterday. Kind of chilling here under 2. Coinbase, yeah, I pulled that up a second ago. It's on the 200 on the 5. I think it just gapped down with the market, really. Watch Agri here. It's coming up on 290. I don't know why it's getting such a volume spike out of nowhere, but it is. Wheat, I don't think it's really going that much. Agri is a weird one. When it runs, but when it does not want to move, it will not move. Like we were trying it yesterday, and it just was stuck. Like, look how ugly this action is. Yeah, Veru has just became the trading body lately. Like, no one even knows why it's still running. It's just running, and people are trying to make money on it, long and short. And it's trying to screw both sides. So Agri, yeah, 3 is going to be that big resistance. You really don't want to see it test 3 this early and reject. I think InBev was another one that was just random penny popper. $48.50 SMA, and then you got 50 psych resistance here. But yeah, it was pretty sure that it was. Okay, so actually, it had news today, oddly enough. Um, Not that, it's Target. Cologne list adds New Age, Inc., Nutrify Renew to certification list, so sounds pretty fluffy. But it is what it is. Sometimes a PR is all it needs to move up. You said vary to 0 after the bell? Okay. Oh, 200 SMA, yeah. What it'll do is it'll go to the 200 SMA, bounce 10 cents, look great, flush through 15, and then at the bottom of that kill candle, after the whole pattern's been destroyed, straight up, just straight up to 17 halt. Stop everybody out, make the shorts chase, stop the longs out, and then rip. That's probably what will happen. Because that is how this thing acts. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street when they're on the yacht going through the storm. Just a little bit of chop. Just some chop. That's it. A little chop. And that is Veru in a nutshell. Yeah, that. I mean, this looked good overall. Before yesterday, this pattern looked great. Actually, got to step away for just a second. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, very little volume in a day run. Kind of feels like a nice dip and rip and chop. Yeah, chop and dip and chop and rip and chop for sure. Chop and chop. So yeah, I could see it. I don't know what happened here. Right at 8, it just 2021. But the daily, I mean, it's on some weird parabolic run. This is when it had the COVID news. I think it was COVID news forever ago, back in April, early April. And it had its first original run, and then okay, momentum's gone, and then it had like a price target come out or something. Nothing like even great, but somebody, some program jumped on this and said, okay, this is our trading body while the market's not moving at all. Let's type in our algo number for whatever price we want within 20 days, and it's just going to keep going down and up and chop until it gets to where it wants, and then it'll sell off. ACST, Jimmy, let's look. Let's look at ACST. Yeah, if you guys want me to look at any tickers, I'll pull them up. Tell you what I think about them at least. ACST. Yeah, I mean, did it have news this morning? Yes. PR came out like 8 times for some reason. ACST announces positive results for, oh God, pharmacokinetic bridging study with intravenous GTX 104 meeting all endpoints. So that headline sounds fantastic. Will it run based on how good the headline sounds? I don't know. But, I mean, it reads well. Phase 3 remains on track to start before the end of the year. So, I mean, that'll definitely be a watch today. And I think that was a penny that had a reverse split. So it's probably pretty low float. CST. It's showing 36 million. I'm not entirely sure if that's up to date. AAC, what's up? Yep, Agri's still pushing towards 3. Fallen Snipes. Let's look at OTRA real quick for you. So that looks, is that a former IPO or recent IPO or the D-SPAC? Those had been hot for a little bit. These are definitely more risky. Absolutely more risky. Can they get insane action? Sure. Is it going to go back to 15? Probably not. But, I mean, right now you got to risk like, it's at 10, 20. I would say you got to risk 9 for maybe 11 or 12. So it's kind of in the middle. Yes, it has big range, but big range also means big risk on the downside. You got to look at it both ways. Like, yes, it's great, has a lot of upside, but it does have a lot of downside too. It's supposed to be a nice day. It's supposed to be like 74 here. By the weekend, I think Saturday is supposed to be 94 degrees. That is insane for May. Oh man, I thought I fixed that. I think I keep forgetting to save this market cap thing. There we go. I'll leave it on the loser list. I don't care about the loser list really. But, I mean, we're still at our same top gainer that looks horrendous. 8:30 news just came out a second ago. Veru had a fluff PR. Oh, there's the GNUS news. I wonder if Benzinga pays the company to get early PR releases. I don't know how they get some of this early. So yeah, Veru, Fluff, Genus. The actual PR came out, and that's it. That is it. What's up, Justin? Let's look at Ride. Yeah, daily looks decent. Daily does look decent. It's trap. These don't mean as much on the daily, but it's above the 9 and the 20 EMA on the daily. And then you've got 3 candles here under the 50. So you could see this shove up here towards 3 with action, but it's got to get the action. Let's look at the 5 now. I don't know why it looks so gross. I think the volume just got low after that first day. Look at like the 15-minute. So yeah, like you said, this could be like shoulder, head, shoulder. But if it does break up, I could see it pushing towards 3 with action at least. I think that was Friday's runner, right? Friday it ran from. Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice this is the type of run it had. So it ran up in after hours, faded all the way back to the bottom, and then all the way back to the top. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, doesn't look terrible. First day was 70 million volume though. It's gonna need high volume, maybe like 25 million or more. D's, yeah. Wouldn't that be great if that was an actual ticker? That would be instant meme stock. Instant meme stock D's. To the moon. Oh. Anything else even remotely interested to look at this morning? $5K volume, oh my god. So yesterday and the day before, we at least had a pre-market mover, that was getting a little action. Like AUVI was yesterday, the day before was DTSD. Today, there's really not a whole lot. Maybe Agri. Let me look. JZXN. It has like no volume, but there you go. Strategic cooperation agreement with Chinese EV brand distributor. Won't even try to pronounce it. Yep, Chinese EV. God. Yeah, that was our top runner in pre-market yesterday. Look how ugly that is. It's like if you run a mile and you hook up to a freaking heart monitor. Down 11% today. Let's look. NMCI, NMCI. Oh my gosh. How many times am I going to type in NMCI? Did that used to be a ticker? NCMI. Yeah, I could say 170 base trying to form. Um, fairly low volume right now, like 25K on this 5-minute stick. Anything overall news? Let's pull up CNBC's website just for target, low sales decline. So that's what they want. I mean, to see the sales declining because of the rates. I mean, mortgage demand down. That's what I'm looking at. Target shares crater. Oh, Canada. Yeah, what are their numbers? Worse than us? Or they can't be worse than us, can they? Paramount, Take Two, AMD, all up. Excuse me. Let's look at Paramount. What do they have their earnings? Paramount Plus earnings, I'm guessing. Yeah, we definitely don't want to see Apple and the rest of the market kind of die off of this bear flag. I mean, some of you do. Some of you want to see it go to zero, but for the overall market to try to continue higher and not go lower, I still think it's going to go lower. If it bear flags here, that's not good. That is not good. If you see a push down and a hammer, maybe that'd be better. Yeah, Agri still pushing that 3. Oh, nice. Yeah, Apple's at 1%, so you should be decent there. It's nice to see the viewer chart on the stream. It goes up like a chart that's acting correctly. Like we start at 8 a.m. and not many of you guys are here, but by the time we get up to like 8:40, everybody's awake. We get up to some decent viewers. I appreciate all y'all here. Yeah, today looks very, very dry. Very dry. GNUS is actually going now. So yeah, I don't know how Benzinga gets that so early. There has to be a cooperation with these small caps. And let's see. We should. I wish I could do a poll. I think I can. Here we go. And this could have already came out. Will the Gina CEO be on Benzinga later for an interview? I would almost guarantee it, considering it was a Benzinga exclusive. Yeah, good spot on that, Jimmy. It held 170. Agri's trying chopping just under 3. GNUS pushing 1. GNUS $1 is always a big resistance on pennies. Should be a little thinner at pre-market hours, but 1's going to be big resistance. And then 115 is to 200. But that news overall sounds pretty good. I mean, they have Marvel news a lot, but this one is kind of big. 20-year agreement. Yeah, so you guys are with me. CEO will more than likely be there. Pull up the 1 minute here. So I guess in theory this could have been a good trade through 85. Resist at 85, pull back to the 9 on the 1. Little hammer here, just test 85 again, pull back, held, and then once you get up through 85, then that's when it started kind of trading up, like floating, honestly. But yeah, that's going, that'll probably touch a dollar. I'd be surprised if it doesn't touch a dollar. Okay, so I didn't realize the news on NCMI. It's a 13G by AMC. So they bought 6.8% of the company. So that's another like HYMC-ish meme now. Yeah, Apple is dumping. You are correct. So that means SPY is probably going with it. Yep. SPY pre-market low, Apple pre-market low. Amazon just ticking down. Tesla. I didn't see anything come out. Amazon had a New York Files discrimination complaint against Amazon 14 minutes ago. That didn't really move at all on that though. But yeah, Apple is trying to die this morning. Will this be a program candle? We'll see. Will it go down to 147, 146 and bounce today with SPY going down to 404? Maybe. There's a good shot. There's also a good shot that the bear flag completes itself here, and everybody that was buying yesterday is completely trapped. Just like when everybody was buying here on that Fed day, like, okay, we're good, only 0.5, and then next day was death. So there's GNUS through 1. It's got 9.6 million volume so far. Is Stan Lee? Are they talking about the? Do they have a show called Stan Lee? Okay, Stan Lee University. I was gonna say, there's no way GNUS owns the rights to Stan Lee's name, do they? Oh my God, they do. How did they get Stan Lee's name? So basically, they hold, just like Sony holds Spider-Man. I guess GNUS holds Stan Lee. Yep, agri testing 3 too. So there's a little bit of movement this morning, but nothing crazy. Yeah, agri up through 3. The wick yesterday, no, 2 days ago, and after hours was 305. So watch 305 for resistance. On agri if you're in, or if you're trying to trade the breakout, it may fake break 305. It may rip through 305. We'll see. Just touch 304 to the penny. GNUS, high day as well. I'm surprised. So GNUS, let's go to the daily. Like we said, 115 is your resistance there. A lot of these pennies too, I've noticed over the years, and basically anything I learned over the years, I'm almost disregarding at this point because we're a nonsense world. But if a penny would run from 70, 80 cents to a dollar and break through a dollar, it would usually go to 110 stop. Usually. But I don't know about now. But yeah, that's strong overall. So GNUS is clearly the top runner now, 47%. This one's heavy too. This one's very heavy. Almost 300 million float. But it does run. It's probably still culty from back in the day when it ran to $10 or whatever. That was a crazy run. If you guys were around for that. Early 2020. Went from $1 to 11. Everybody thought it was going to be the next best streaming service or whatever. And then a particular FinTwit account kept saying, "Oh, keep adding. We're going up. Keep adding. Keep adding. Keep adding. Keep adding. Keep adding. Keep adding. Keep adding." And then here we are at $1. So be careful who you follow. So it's getting a little res now at 1. Has no candle closing on the 5-minute over one yet. So that's pretty key. See if a 1 minute has. So yeah, I had a couple 1 minutes close over. Used to be bagged in GNUS at like 4. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people were saying, okay, GNUS is the future. GNUS is going to be a $20 stock soon. And then it kind of all fell apart. So Apple's still falling, which means SPY's still falling. SPY's down over 1% now. 404 is chart level. I don't know what the PP and all those are. I don't have those on my chart. Close enough. So 404. Under that, I mean, it gets pretty ugly. Because we've had a multi-day trend now. So think here to here to here. And it's pretty much breaking it right now. Raise hell, praise Dell. Yep, gotcha. No doubt. Anything else that we have with potential today? Not really. Yeah, 400, gonna be big level. And then I mean I could see if it truly bear flags. I mean it will take this up in a hurry. Stair step up, elevator down. GNUS trying to get back over 1 here. 2 minutes till the candle closes though, 1 or higher. Agri and GNUS are like at the same level, not the same dollar, but they're both fighting with their whole dollar resistance. ELTK on my scanner. I don't know why. Somebody just literally just tapped it. Oh, that was at 8:42. Never mind. COSM. Little bit of action, just barely, right there. But you could see GNOS kind of do this little flag here, and then make the push to 110. But they could also shove it down and have another 5-minute candle not close over a dollar, and then it looks worse. So yeah, we're back under 1 for now. Agri can't get the 5-minute close over 3 either. Yeah, wheat's going back down. Agri's getting its own volume today, but wheat is kind of going down, and it's down 2% on the day. I would love a mini theme. I would love a micro theme, nano theme. Give us 2 stocks that run for more than 3 hours, please. Please. That would be fantastic, Broda. Shippers, that's fine. Oilers, fine. Clean energy, fine. EVs, fine. I will take anything that makes sense. BRQS, where's that one at now? So that's faded back off almost entirely. You want to see, how many times am I going to type this ticker wrong? NCMI, you need that 170 to hold since they put it in as bottom end support a second ago. So you really want to see that hold up. And that might have a little correlation with AMC now, since they bought it. So this action on AMC, the last 5-10 minutes, is not going to be overall great for NCMI. They're kind of going to be attached at the hip now. Not every tick, but I think you're going to get to the point where, oh, AMC's up on the day, they just bought some NCMI. Let's go along NCMI. Just like it was HYMC like 3 or 4 weeks ago, whenever that was. Target's still down 25%. AUVI, one of the top gainers from yesterday, is now one of the top losers from today. Love to see that, right? Can't even hold up for a day. So GNUS did not get a candle close over $1. You could see it pull back towards VWAP at the 9 unless just crazy volume comes in. 1 minute perspective though, we're still on the 20. 20 on the 1. So if it holds 97 or so, it could still make the push up, in my opinion. But if it starts to push down through here, it should be a magnet to VWAP. 93 to 95 range. Agri, very similar. They actually did get the candle close over 3 and it still pushed down. So those charts, I mean, not spot for spot, but that looks similar. Yeah, there is. There are several connections with GNUS and like movie making and all that with the Stan Lee stuff. Almost 9 a.m. news. Apple is not looking too healthy. Whoever had the puts, you should be good unless you like picked it to go to 120 today or something. About a minute until 9. Usually see the shift at 9. I did not know that was Booch. What up, man? The overall market, this happening. Well, that's AMC. This happening might be affecting the breakouts here on Agri and GNUS. Michael Friedman, Mr. the Booch. I'll read out any news that I see that's even remotely relevant here at 9 a.m. It's going to be a little delayed though. Whoa. Okay, that was weird. We lost focus there for a second. All right, what do we got? Agri completes acquisition of food production and processing IP from Mana Nutritional Group. So Agri PR. Will that get it through? $3. BRQS has a solar storage contract in Hawaii. Yep, so there's Agri. Through 3 now. 309, 310. 315, 320 is some daily res, but there it's pushing up. 323. So it's nice when you have something in play without news and in theme, and then you get news on top of that. Look at that. How long has it been since we've seen that? Holy. People were probably short in here. Short, short, short. They saw a week going down, and then they had to squeeze out because of the Agri PR. Um, Other news, I don't really see much. That was a nice pop there. Should have just slapped that. I haven't been slapping PRs, but I guess since that one was in play, it was worth a little shot. So GNOS, as we mentioned, it is kind of a magnet to the VWAP 90 MA area here. Watch 90, so anywhere from 90 to 93 hold. Sitting right on VWAP right now. But it did have the run. I mean, this could have been the target. So it could get some bounce here. Maybe it won't go over. Options on large caps or commons. I usually do commons. I'm starting to get into options a little bit, but I've only been really trading SPY options and not really large cap options. That's a nice little spike there. Let's see if it holds up. Let me pull up the news so you guys can see it too. Completed a preview. Okay, so this is important. Completed the previously announced acquisition. So this is not new news, but they did complete it. So someone knew it was coming, yes, but they didn't know if it was going to go through, kind of like the Twitter deal. Like people know Elon's trying to get Twitter, but he hasn't completely gotten Twitter yet. So previously announced is going to be a big keyword here. But the fact that this is in play is making a bigger difference. But you always try to look through PRs and try to find something that might lead you to think that it's kind of an overreaction. So you're not chasing at the top. But the initial headline and all that is great. So I did a little flag there, a little 2 candle pullback. Went 1 cent higher, 334. So you want to see it really push through here. Maybe get to 350. But this could be a below its load before open type play. So keep that in mind as well. You get this type of run, you get a PR right at 9 on something that was already up on the day. So maybe the people that were sending it this morning, even though wheat was down, knew this was coming, and they're kind of distributing their shares up here. That'll be something we'll have to look to. CRXT just got a patent. Not a huge deal. Usually. Any other tickers you guys want to look at this morning that not particularly on the gainer list or loser list are getting action right now, but just pull it up, kind of see what's going on with it. That'll help too, Booch. Yellen is speaking right now with concern of food shortages, so deeply concerned by the war's impact on global food insecurity. So that's just more fuel for the fire. But Agri did the classic breakout in 2022 for now. It 2 candle pullback. Normally this is a flag break. Went 1 cent higher. Wicked all the way down. Red candle. BBIG, BBIG, BBIG. Let's look. Yeah, that looks decent. Not getting a whole lot of volume right now, but it's like the 5 minute. Could be head and shoulder-ish, but this is a lot of pre-market action too. Shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. But BBIG has been in play for sure. The daily, not the best daily. It's very gap up-ish, fade, gap, fade, gap, fade. But if it does decide to break upwards, it needs to get through 350. As you can see right here on the chart. 345, 350. I put it 350. And then I would say it needs to hold roughly that trend line. A lot of space in here. Be right back. right, so I pulled up MMAT. Let's look. Daily taking a nice grind. Look at this average volume increase. A lot better relative volume lately. So it's on a great move up overall in the past few days. Not insane volume to back it up, but it is relatively higher. So that's important. Let me go to the like 15-minute here. So yeah, it's got an overall. I mean, that's rough, but overall trend up. It just keeps going higher and higher. So yeah, that looks decent. It is over the 50 SMA. It closed over the 50 SMA Monday, it looks like, and then yesterday tested it and had a really nice hammer to high. So that looks good. That's like almost like a three white soldiers pattern. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Each candle kind of connects where the last one stopped and goes higher. VTNR is the oil one, right? That chart is just stupid. But yesterday, I mean, it went like 5 cents higher than the day before, but it closed pretty strong. Watch USO with that. Slash CL, whatever. But yeah, not a crazy amount going on today. It looks like it's going to be a slower day. Potentially a bear day, so a lot of you guys are happy about that. But you see SPY, I mean, it's on a freaking death run right now. But SPY looking weak into open could lead to strength after open. So GNUS pull back, hanging right on the 9 on the 5 still. May it could pull all the way back to here, but I see it bouncing a little bit today. I don't think it's going to go straight off a cliff. It could, but I don't think it will go straight off. Should get a little bit of range, especially since it being the top gainer. Sometimes people will just go to the top gainers and look and see what it is and go to it and try to find a good spot to add and trade it. So not too much happening. Yeah, it looks like it could be a short all pops kind of day. Especially after we got the run the past few days. 410 resistance. Agri. Pop and fade. It could be the reaction today because you see that there was already announced acquisition has completed. So it's not like new overall news. It is new and it is good that they completed it. But overall, CYN. CYN looks tough. Daily doesn't look great. It's coming back down to a big support though, so but yeah, the daily's selling off. It was a decent runner a couple weeks ago, but it is fading pretty hard. And it already kind of had its run, its death, its bounce, and now it's just kind of straight off dying. So Be careful with that one. 50 SMA 220. So yeah, our top gainer is 37%. I like that name though. Discipline and consistency. I broke out my 9:15 a.m. Dr. Pepper. Never a bad time for Dr. Pepper, okay? So GNOS, you got a little bounce there. So as expected, it didn't fully die off straight down. Went down, kind of held the 90-ish range, 92, push back up. Does that mean it's going to high day? No. Could it? Absolutely. Cheating on the, yeah, my staples are usually blue Powerade, this huge jug of water, and Dr. Pepper. Nice, that's good. That's great. Pixie. Pixie T3. Yeah, the last day is kind of ugly, but yeah, you're right, sales. Good morning, by the way. I don't know if I said good morning to you. If it holds 38, 35 to 38, I could see a push back up. Absolutely. My thoughts on the month overall, I mean, it's been pretty trashy for small caps. Large caps have been chopped. Veru has been the only real runner for the whole month. But I mean, we're just trying to survive out here. Little oil action this month. Veru action. Some the wheat tickers and small cap land. That's about it. Large cap land. I mean, they pretty much sold straight off up until the last 3 or 4 days, and they can continue selling off today. Action is not smooth or consistent. You can take the same setup and trade. One day it'll do one thing, the next day something else, the next day something else. So you can't really find a setup to use consistently because every outcome I feel like is different. For some reason, I've got this feeling in the back of my head that Redbox is going to come out and say that they're not getting acquired. I don't know why I feel that. I've been pulling it up the past few days. I'm just afraid to buy it low and then get stuck in a freaking. Wow, it had a huge run at the end of the day yesterday. I was watching that at like 2. I already left for the day, I think, at 3. Had a massive run. Holy. But yeah, I was thinking that they would come out and say, like, we're not actually going to get it acquired and then it go back up. But it looks like it's already going back up. So it's tough. It's really tough not being able to make, especially, I mean, yes, I guess we were spoiled in how much we were able to make before, but it's to the point where you can't really hardly make anything consistently. It's really tough right now. You just got to survive. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what we all have to do is just make it through. Don't blow all your money. Agri getting a little volume off of 3 after it popped 330 and went down. So it's on VWAP. That's probably why. It's on VWAP in the 9 and also resistance from 305 this morning and yesterday. So you could get a little pop around 3 unless it just completely dies off. I might try to trade futures or something. I got to figure something out. Nothing in small cap, mid cap land is remotely consistent. But I think I'm going to call it here. Thanks everyone that showed up this morning. Hopefully this helped a little bit. Maybe you learned something today. Not a whole lot going on, so be careful today. Don't force anything. Cash is always a position. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.